A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everybody, welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
I'm Shiglin.
And we're on day 2 of our culture shock article where Simon is learning he's having a makeup day tomorrow and he doesn't like it. But before we catch up with Simon and Lucia, let's start with our warm-up question. What kind of job does your mum or dad or uncle or aunt do? Talk about their work. So I guess you can pick one.
Okay, well, my parents, they have the same job, but they retired. They used to be executives at a telecom company.
Oh,
yes,
fancy.
So they have to do like telecom stuff. So complicated.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what they're doing, but every time they always get so tired because they're so stressed out.
Okay. I get that.
What about your parents?
My dad was a GP, which is a general practitioner, a doctor who's not in hospitals, but is like a doctor in a neighborhood, and that's who you go to see for coughs, cold, my kid's sick, or I feel a bit odd. If there's something serious, he would send them to a specialist, but and then after that, they come back to him and he helps them going forward.
So it's like a doctor,
it's a doctor, it's a family, but it's a family doctor rather than a hospital or a surgeon or one special thing kind of doctor.
Wow.
My mum was a lecturer at a university and a couple of colleges in early years, pre-kindergarten, very young children's education.
No wonder you're a writer.
Possibly. My mum's written a book about it.
Because your parents have like high education, so that's why.
Oh, yeah, but
Pat is an excellent writer.
Me. Anyway, let's go on with our article and check out day 2.
Culture shock!
Cancel your plans. You're working this weekend. Warm-up question. What kind of job does your mom, dad, uncle, or aunt do? Talk about their work.
Why do we have makeup work days anyway?
This year, Dragon Boat Festival is on Thursday. Companies move the Friday workday to the Saturday before. This gives us 4 consecutive days off.
Okay then, so remember yesterday we were on Friday after work. Well, now it is later that evening. Simon and Lucia are having dinner in a restaurant. And Simon asked the question that maybe he should have asked earlier in the year for the other makeup days, but he's deciding to ask, why do we have makeup work days anyway? Okay, and it is all about when the holidays fall, of course. So Lucia takes him through it. She says this year, Dragon Boat Festival is on Thursday. Companies move the Friday workday to the Saturday before, and this gives us 4 consecutive days off, meaning 4 days off in a row. Now, I had to do a bit of talking to people to find out what actually happens. Of course, it is the government that will set this day, but the government only sets it for public offices, you know, like government offices, schools, and so on. But private companies can then choose to follow it or not. And most of them do. And it's always when one of these holidays comes on a Tuesday or a Thursday. And then they'll add either the Monday or the Friday, and that's when you have to make up the Saturday. So if the holiday's on a Monday or a Friday, no makeup day. If it's on a Wednesday, no makeup day. Okay. But it's the Tuesday and Thursday, so just this year, so many of them fall on those days. So now, companies can choose whether to do this or not. Why do you think companies might want people to work?
Because they want to make money.
Do you think they'll lose a lot of money just by one day off?
No, but some bosses, they get the feeling that we have to make you work so you guys don't get lazy. Maybe that's what I think.
So, but if the workers took a day off, they would be happy.
I know, right?
Isn't it important that the workers are happy?
True. So if I were the boss, I would definitely give them a day off.
By the way, it has been proved that happy workers are better workers. You will get more work done. You will get better work done. So keeping workers happy should be what you do. I don't think some people understand this.
Right.
Okay. Now we're going to talk a bit more about this issue in just a moment, but first let's take a short break. But then we have to work 6 days in a row. People already work so hard. Why don't they just give us one extra day off?
That's easy for you to say. Companies need to keep productivity levels high.
I feel like nobody really works on the 6th day. Everybody is too tired. There must be a better way.
Many people agree with you, but it's just the way it is.
Okay, welcome back everyone. We just discussed the reason why there are make-up Saturdays. It's to make up for giving us an extra long weekend around a holiday. But Simon points out the negative here. He says, but then we have to work 6 days in a row. People already work so hard. Why don't they just give us one extra day off?
I so agree with him.
Yeah, and that tone of voice too. That's how he says it.
Yeah.
And Lucia, well, she's not really defending it, but she's sort of showing him the reality of the world.
Yeah.
He says, that's easy for you to say. Companies need to keep productivity levels high. And if to demonstrate this point, we see this picture where Lucia points at a chart, a flow chart, that kind of graphics thing. It says more work equals more productivity.
But just one day, does it really make a difference?
Yeah, and isn't it more important to have happy workers? We've already talked about that point. So let's look at this idea of being productive. When are we the most productive in a day? Morning, afternoon, evening?
Me, sadly, usually during 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. So I usually don't go to bed until morning.
Oh, so you're like a sort of real night owl for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get so much inspiration during that time. I just don't know why.
All right, that's interesting. I am definitely probably more productive in the morning, but only after I've had a cup of tea. Afternoon tends to be not quite so good. That's for work stuff. If I'm doing my own stuff, it can be any time when I've got the time. When it comes, and that's when you do the stuff.
Wow.
What about during the week? Like, are you better on a particular day?
No, because I have a really, really unstable schedule.
Right.
So I never know when I'll have inspiration, when I'll be productive.
I think I'm like a lot of people. By about Friday afternoon, I'm productivity-ed out.
Yeah.
I do think I'm not going to be doing any really amazing work on a Friday afternoon, but I'll be at that point, I'll be eye on the weekend, just ready to finish for the week. Partly because in the UK, the average working week is 37.5 hours, and here it's 40. So there's in the UK, I'd be finishing work a bit earlier every day and having a bit more energy. And Simon makes a good point here. He says, I feel like nobody really works on the 6th day. Everybody is too tired. There must be a better way.
Oh, yeah, I so agree with him too.
Yeah, there's a picture to illustrate this. Simon is at work, exhausted, drinking coffee to stay awake. So Chingalin agrees and Lucia agrees, or at least she says people do. Many people agree with you, but it's just the way it is. Okay, so how do you stay awake then? How do you keep awake for your midnight to 6 a.m. songwriting or music making sessions?
Well, I just don't feel tired at all when I'm trying to write something.
I get that, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but if in the morning, if I have to go to radio stations or you have to go to TV stations, sometimes I get so tired waiting. When it's not my turn, I have to wait in the waiting room.
Okay.
I usually just get black coffee.
Yes.
And I'll just talk to people.
Coffee works for me. I tend to be tea first thing in the morning, but I am British, come on. And then the right kind of music, some kind of like dance, sort of more active music.
Yeah. When I'm driving, if I have to stay awake during driving, then I'll listen to dance music.
Yeah, some dance music will actually kind of wake me up and keep me going for an hour or so until going outside and getting just a quick walk around, a bit of fresh air.
Or maybe just wash your face or get a quick nap.
So this question is more, do I actually do work on makeup days? Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I'd like everybody from my company who may watch this video to know that. I do, if I'm working on that day, I will work properly, just like it was another working day. It's not like...
Well, you're a responsible person.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to be honest. There's a thing in the UK which is... between Christmas and New Year, most people don't work. Okay, because the 25th is a day off, the 26th is a day off, and the 1st of January is a day off, and you've usually got some weekends in there as well. So there's maybe 3 working days in the middle. And a lot of factories will completely shut down at that time. So all the workers who work in any kind of job related to factories also take those few days off. Kids are off school as well, and most parents will take that time off. But one year I did go into work for those 3 days.
Oh, wow.
And
how did you feel?
It was actually super relaxed. We did nothing. We arrived late, left early. We just did kind of filing because there was nothing to actually do. We chatted, we played games, we went for long lunches. So those days, I didn't get a lot done. But on these Saturdays, because there's usually enough stuff to keep me doing, I will work at my normal pace. So, as Lucia says, makeup days are here to stay. I did read a news report saying that the government might think about limiting them to 3 per year instead of 6,
that would
like
be great.
We had this year. It just depends on when they need votes, really, I suppose. But
okay.
There you go. But that's the end of our article. So once again, I will hand over to Chiquilin for some teaching of today's word power words and more. See you in a bit.
好，我们来看一下第一个单字，就是 company。company 就是公司，那除了当公司以外，可以当陪伴，所以我们有时候会说的 keep someone company， 就是去陪伴谁。那它的动词是 accompany， 所以我们可以说 Thank you for keeping me company， or Thank you for accompanying me。那我们造另外一个句子 company 是当公司的意思。Nathan opened his own company last year. It sells computers. Nathan 去年成立了自己的公司，它是贩售电脑为主。那我们刚刚也看到另外一个字 already， 它就是已经。那很喜欢跟现在完成式一起放在使用哦。比如说 I've already taken a shower, or I've already done my homework。那或者你也可以讲 I just took some medicine and I'm feeling better already. 我刚刚吃了一些药，现在已经感觉好多了。那刚刚也有说到 level 就是程度或者是等级，但我们有一个片语叫做 on the level. So if someone is on the level, that means they are acting or speaking honestly. So you can say, Are you sure Susan is on the level? She seems a little fake to me. 你不觉得 Susan 不太真心吗？她有点假假，你确定她是真心的吗？好，那我们看另外一个句子。My dog has a high level of energy. She loves to play all day. 我的狗活力旺盛，它喜欢整天都在那边玩。那最后呢，我们也有讲到 nobody 这一个字，它代表没有人，什么人都没有。那它也可以去代表一个无名小卒的感觉。比如说 The man is just some nobody trying to get your attention. 这个人他就是一个无名小卒，他只是要吸引你的注意而已，好吗？他不是什么重要的人，所以你们也不把它用在很不重要的人身上也是可以。好，那么再另外一个句子 Katie's party is tonight, but nobody is at her house yet. Katie 的派对是在今晚，但她的家还没有半个人出现。 那刚刚我们是不是看到说Lucia 还在回复 Simon 说哎呦你不要说这个什么 makeup days 怎么样 That's easy for you to say 代表说你说的简单但事实上更复杂的感觉。那当然如果看到 must need to 或者是 have to 他们虽然都是需要的意思不过我们要比较一下的话 must 它的语气是最强烈的那它后面一定是接原形动词哦不要再加什么 to 了有 to 的只有 have to 跟 need to那它语气强烈其实如果硬要排就是 must 最强 need to have to 比如说 we must arrive at the airport on time 那这个 must 就是一定嘛不过除了当一定也可以当推测比如说哎呦你一定好累了吧 You must be so tired after working all day 那 have to 呢如果是过去式你就要变成 had to 要记住 need to 也是过去式是 needed to 所以比如说 Did you have to go to the doctor 那比如说Yes I had to go to the doctor 你的 have 就要变成 had 那 needed 也是 He needed to go to the store to get flour 好那这是所有的单字我们赶快到今天的 review time
Review time.
So Chicolin and I are going to have a debate. A debate is like a discussion, and people do this at school. They'll be told, you've got to argue that this is good, and you've got to argue that this is bad. So Chicolin and I will now have 1 minute to make an argument or a case for or against makeup days. What we'd like you guys to do, if you check out our videos on YouTube or if they're posted on Facebook, you tell us who you think wins the argument. Vote, you can thumb up if you like it, thumb down if you don't like it. Just react in some way to say who did the best debate. Okay, so you're going to go first. I'm going to give you a minute on my watch here, and I'm going to ask you to argue that makeup days are not good. Okay, ready? Go.
Makeup days are bad because if we have to take a break, we need to take a break. I don't want to work. And the reason why we get a break is because we don't want to work. So there's no makeup days. They never exist. So government go to hell. I'm sorry.
Whoa, language there. I think I might take a point away from you, but keep going. You've still got another half minute.
Makeup days.
Why are they bad?
Because you're just bad. I just want to take a break. That's it.
Okay. All right, I think I'll stop you there.
Oh my God,
we got
so
30
lame.
seconds. Okay, I now have the more difficult task of trying to say why makeup days are a good thing. Okay, now... Okay, here's why we need makeup days, okay? For the first thing, if you have them on a Tuesday or a Thursday, the students or the workers are in one day and then they're off the next. That doesn't help with focus because it's like another Monday morning and you have to, I've got to start again. I've got to remember what I was doing. I've got to get everything ready and, say hello to everybody like it's a Monday. And students, they'll get in for a day and they'll just have a day off and then it's really hard to get students to concentrate when they start the week. Even though it's like you have to work on a Saturday, having the days in a row, concentration will keep instead of on, off, not quite sure.
True.
Now think about the people who are, say, driving to work or commuting. Maybe somebody comes up to Taipei from Hsinchu for the week. So what is the day off? What, are they going to go back home and then come back in on the Wednesday? That if they're staying overnight in a place and working off-site for a week, it's better for them that they have a set of days together and not a one day off in the middle, go home, come back, go home,
No, I
come
can't
back.
be convinced by you. No.
No?
Why am I convinced by you?
Well, that was my minute, so
Okay.
that's my argument. I may not completely believe it, but I will argue.
Okay.
Just because it's fun to argue.
But, well, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, that was a bonus argument, but who do you think won that debate? You guys vote in on YouTube, Facebook, leave some comments, give us some feedback, and we'll check it out at some point and find out who won. Thanks for watching, everybody. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
Chickling.
We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Magic Box.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Isaac。今天的这个文章中呢 ，Simon 就问 Lucia 说呢 ，Why don't they just give us one extra day off？ 为什么公司呢不就给我们1天额外的休假就好哦？那 Lucia 这时候就跟 Simon 说 ，That's easy for you to say. Companies need to keep productivity levels high. 那就是指的意思就是说，你说的倒是很简单，就是公司呢，它得要确保生产力等级够高啊。那在刚才所提到的这个 That's easy for you to say， 它其实是一个蛮常使用的一个句子哦，表示的是，你说的倒是很简单，大家可以把它记起来。那除了这个实用句之外呢，今天也要帮大家比较一下 must、need to 以及 have to 这三者之间的差异哦。那这三个呢，其实都是表示有必须、一定。那如果我们就语气来说呢，其实 must 它是最强烈的，那再来是 need to， 最后呢是 have to。那他们后面呢，大家记得我们都是要加上一个原形动词哦。像是呢 ，soldiers must fight for their countries during a war， 指的意思是军人在战争的时候呢，必须要为他们的国家奋战哦。那 need to、have to 它其实是一个动词片语，所以呢，如果我们今天要造否定句的话呢，其实我们需要在前面放上一个助动词哦。像是呢 ，You don't need to say sorry to me, it wasn't your fault， 表示的意思是，你不用跟我道歉，不是你的错。在这边的这个 need， 我们前面有加上一个助动词的否定哦 ，don't。那我们来造一个 have to 的例句试看看哦，像是 You have to go to bed now, or you will have trouble getting up tomorrow， 就是指的意思就是你现在得要上床睡觉，不然你明天会起不来哦。好啦，那今天的这个 Magic Box 就到这边了，我们下次见，拜拜。